Because we're live. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Kayfabe Corner. I'm, of course, your host, JPO, Jordan Pierce Owens, as I sit down here with a fellow person involved in the world of professional wrestling, especially here in the state of Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, guy I've known for quite a while now. One of my favorite people. I love him. Prestin Caine, everybody. Prestin, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Trying to bring the Raise the Roof back, you know? It was big when I was a kid, and I want to bring it back.
If anyone can do it, it would be you.
Maybe Booker T, but I'm a good number two.
All right. So first off, nowadays, I literally, how are you doing? We're at a weird time now. When's the last time you've been in a ring? Have you had any ring time recently? And just how are you doing emotionally, physically, and everything?
Well, emotionally, I'm doing real good. Learning how to forgive, forget, and to move on. And yeah, I actually been training quite a bit here. A friend of mine has a ring in his backyard, and he gives me a key, so I pretty much utilize. You know what I mean? I'm always in there doing some stuff, and just trying to, not saying I'm no Ricochet or Randy Orton or anything, but I'm trying not to go over to the Duke the Dumpster Drosy side. So I'm staying in the ring.
I don't know why we decided to trash Duke the Dumpster Drosy. I loved him as a kid. But
Come
that's
on.
the point.
Come on. Come on. I was a kid and I knew that guy couldn't work. Huh?
I believe he lives in Florida, so I was going to book you two against each other. I guess I can no longer do that.
Well, if he runs up on me, I will stand my ground.
So let's start off with the origin story of you and professional wrestling. Where does wrestling first come into contact with Preston? Were you a fan growing up? What's your first early memories?
Well, my uncle, his name's Ivan Tucker. He played for FSU on the football team, and he was he knew Ron Simmons. They were close or whatnot.
Damn.
So whenever Ron would come down for WCW or whatnot, my uncle would always get tickets, and he would take me and my cousin, and I fell in love.
Did you ever get to meet Ron?
Yeah, met Ron, Sting, a couple people, you know what I mean? But like I said, I was too young to kind of comprehend what was going on. I was just happy. But now that I look back at it, I wish I wouldn't have been such a, dumb idiot. And I probably could have got some, a lot of autographs, a lot of pictures, a lot of stuff. And a funny story, later on down the line, recently here, me and Sting's son has become kind of friends, kind of close. Not the football one, the other one.
I don't know how many he has.
But he has two sons. One of them playing like college football, and one of them's, just starting a business and stuff like that.
Very nice, very nice. So, what is the idea of actually becoming a professional wrestler start now? How old are you? Who do you start with? When does that ball start rolling?
Yeah, I always wanted to do it, but I kind of, and I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just say I can say it. Nobody else can say it. But like when you in the hood, you know what I mean. It's not a lot of wrestling schools. It's not like you can just go around the corner and hey, here's a spot. So like I did a couple things, got out of the hood, got out of a bad situation, and then I started seeing, opportunities, and it was a lot more easier to, kind of contact somebody, living in a better neighborhood, you know what I mean? And so like I said, I found a couple people. It started out with a guy named Brandon Groom, and then he had to move to Oklahoma. So I finished up with Vincent. They call him oh my god, I forgot his name, but I forgot his wrestling name, but it's Vincent trained me, and I've been running wild ever since, man.
How old were you when you started training?
Oh, I was like 22, man. Then everybody say I started late. But like I said, yeah, because when you get in there, you don't realize it. Like you'll get there and you think, you can't sleep the night before, you're nervous and this and that. And then you get there and then some 14-year-old who ain't supposed to be there flipping off something and like literally busting his butt. So it's like wrestling's the one thing where race, age, all that, none of that matters. Like you got to have it in here, you know what I'm saying? And I got there and I just start seeing, everybody, all ages, all races, women, men, just busting their butt for basically what they believe in. And like, I didn't want to slack, you know what I mean? So every day, you just come, you want to be the first one in, you want to be the last one gone, even if it hurts. And it literally hurts.
So where does and let me know because I actually don't know. Funny enough, knowing you for almost a decade, is where does Preston Caine come from? Is that your name, or where does the name Preston
My
Caine?
real name is Preston, but the Caine is just that's not my last name, but it just felt right. It just flowed off the tongue first time I heard it. So I was like, yay, let me do it like that. And I didn't want to have one of the wrestling names, first name that I couldn't connect with. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to put a lot of even thinking in that. So I just said I'm just gonna be Preston, inside and outside the ring. You know what I mean?
Who came up with Caine? Then you said you heard it. Did anyone else come up with it, or
No, I said it. I was just running through names, that
okay?
sounded good with Preston, and then when it came off my tongue, it kind of whoa, you know what I mean? So I just kept it like that, and it's been working ever since.
Have you ever deviated into anything else? I know recently you said you've come up with a different kind of idea, a mask.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? And why something different now all of a sudden? And
Because
and does Preston still exist, or is it instead of, or is it on top of?
well, I exist for Preston exists for promoters who, have a little bit of pull. Jordan knows, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to do the new one, and like I said, I've been watching a lot of New Japan and stuff like that, and like I'm a heavy Great Muda mark. So you like this new gimmick is gonna be a little bit of a little bit of Muda, a little bit of Ambrose. You know what I mean? Moxley. This is gonna be like fast pace, or slow pace. And I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Just like a lot of just chaos, you know what I mean? Because a lot of my matches with my Preston King character, it's I'll do the storyline, have a storyline in the match, but I'm more based it towards the audience. I'm interacting with them, I'm doing stuff like that, and with this character, it's going to be basically none of that. You know what I mean? It's going to be some total 360. Just want to show the range and the depth.
Can we get a name, or are you keeping that tight knit?
No, I'll tell you, Hannibal Vachon.
Hannibal Fashon. Okay,
Ooh,
okay.
you like that, boy.
I do look forward to seeing it in person for sure.
Thank you.
Something that I've known you as part of being for a while here is from First Degrees to you and Donnie Abel, of course the legendary Barrio Kings as you in tag teams. What's it like? What's it like being in a tag team? Is that something you enjoy? Do you like being your own guy? Like, do you like being in a group?
Yeah, I prefer the group, and when I say group, like I'm the leader, got like three other guys to run in and do stuff. I love that. Okay, that's got to be my favorite, and like I said, that probably stems from just being a kid and just watching Triple H literally get beat for 19 minutes of the match, and then Ric Flair comes, distracts the ref, Batista slides him a sledgehammer, and Triple H goes over. So like I've always loved that. I love how it made me mad. I love how it made everybody else mad. And like I've always, semi based my, match structure when I'm heel around that.
Any other people you thought would make a really good team with? Anyone else you're like, oh, I could use him or her?
I would sometimes I think Zach, but then he'll never pass a drug test.
Who's drug testing? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he probably won't pass the psych test. And
Who's
if
psych testing?
if you're gonna be in a group with me, you gotta listen. And Zach ain't a listener. All right. So, like I say, I usually like to get the guys coming up, and then make sure they don't see what they need to see, so they listen to me.
I got you. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Speaking of that, where's Donnie Abel? Where is he? Oh, is he there?
No, it's not here. It's not. I don't know. I don't know. He's quarantining and he's quarantining hard. Hard.
I'm just saying, you make me sound worried the way you say it. Hard.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, he. I don't want to go through his browser history or anything, but you know, he's okay. He's okay.
All right, good enough. Good enough. We love Donnie Abel on the show. Uh, to tell us any memories or moments from your first match. Do you remember your first match?
Yeah, and I nervous. I don't know. Well, if your listeners are from Florida or even other places, you might have heard of two guys named the Highwaymen, and my first match was against them, and I may have gotten I may have pinched somebody once, but everything else I just got my butt kicked and I ended up tapping out at the end. But it was a learning experience. I was happy for it, and I just remember being nervous as heck and just couldn't fathom, couldn't get over the fact that people were here to see something I was a part of. You know what I mean? Like even when I was with my uncle or whatever, going to see Ron when I was a kid, like I was always thinking if I could be a ref, if I could be an announcer, if I could be just a part of that in some way, like I'd be happy. You know what I mean? And like, Lord bless the Lord, I'm doing it in some small fashion.
What are some of your favorite matches you've had? Who have you really clicked with?
For some reason, and like I say, and I don't get along with this guy outside the ring, but for some reason, and he'll tell you, Sage. Me and Sage have had some crazy, like, just I don't know, we just click. It's like I've been wrestling him for 10 years every day. And it's just whenever we touch, it's like I know what he's gonna do, he knows what I'm gonna do, and we've never had like a bad match, even if we don't, really go too much in depth about what's going to happen. I don't, for some reason, I don't know why. I can't, I wish I could say somebody else, but I got to be honest.
Well, give me a couple more though. Who else?
All right. Deimos, I don't know if you know him.
Mm-hmm.
Deimos, I wrestled him maybe 2 or 3 times, but it's just been like the same thing. Like, I know what he's going to do, where I'm in the right spot, the timing's right, everything. Zach's a delight. Draven's a delight. Scyther. My boy Poppy. Poppy just like, because he's so big and he walks around about 6'4", and I'm nowhere near that. So it makes, there we go. So it makes it easy. And like I say, Damo, look at that. Oh yeah. That's what a maneuver. Huh? Like, yeah, just it's just so like, just look right there. As soon as I turn around, he's there, like just a professional. And then Sideshow got in there and literally hurt me. But Sideshow's another one. Sideshow's great. I mean, to be honest, everybody's darn near great. You know what I mean? Everybody's just a delight. But those are some ones that I'm probably sure anybody listening to this will say some of those names as well.
What's some of your favorite locker rooms and promotions you've worked with?
Well, Real Pro, New, kind of the same thing, but whatever. Definitely House of Lucha, FUW, and it was short-lived, but it was a place in Orlando called Axe. It was it only ran for a couple shows, but I met Blackjack Mulligan there. I met all kind of people there, and it was just a great show. The fans were hot. And down there at Pablo's thing, I don't know what's he called, CWF or Coastal?
CCW?
Yeah, that's it, CCW. I did like a couple shows there, but it was for kids or whatnot, and they were hot, man. I mean, listen, they were loud. I'm pretty sure half the crowd lost their voice. Like it was like they never seen any live wrestling before, and it was just so live. And every time I went down there to CCW, whether it's for the kids or for a regular show, the crowd is just like beyond ready to see wrestling, and it makes you feel good. It makes you want to go out there and do a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Speaking of wanting to do more, We mentioned some of your favorite matches. Now, who have you not had the opportunity with that you're itching to get the opportunity with? Who have you seen and like, oh, I could create something special with him?
Me and Draven have never touched. I have never touched Draven one time ever. Like I've been in battle royals with him, and right when I go to punch him, somebody grabs me and punches me. And like I have never touched Draven one time as a wrestler. Like so, I've always wanted to get that off my bucket list, and I want to get a one-on-one match with Jay Lethal. You know, I've wrestled him in like in a tag thing or or something like that a while back at that same place you just showed with the Demos thing at FUW, but I didn't get a one-on-one match with him, and he chopped me, and I owe him a receipt.
I'll let Jay know you're looking for him. You're looking for him. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Mr. Prestin Caine?
Probably running a business somewhere and color commentating with you, man. Get my JBL on. You know, after you become a wrestling god, all right. I mean, listen, you don't get these accolades and then just go lay off in the sunset or something. You want people to see you every day. You want to be around the common folk. All right. So, like I say, I'll probably, after I hang up the old boots, I'll set up a little online business, and in my spare time, come bring up the wrestlers, put them over on the microphone, so to speak.
You think that's in 5 years though?
Yeah. Not gonna lie. I mean, listen, nobody wants to hear this, but you know me, I keeps it real like a New York rapper. Okay. This COVID thing's messing everything up for everybody. So, like I say, wrestling, I got, who knows when it's going to come back full strength. You know what I mean? So we might have to start switching it to like an online platform to where, maybe not a lot of audience, you know what I mean? We can't do what WWE's doing with the TV or whatnot. Maybe we package something, get a couple guys to color commentate it, and we put it out on a website or something. Have people pay for it. You know what I mean? I mean that we gotta get ahead of the future. You know what I mean? Instead of just reacting.
Gotcha. Speaking of the future, what advice do you give someone that's just starting out? They come to you like at a show and they say, "Hey, Mr. Caine, I love your work. You're the best. That handle gimmick was the fire." What advice do you give to someone that's just starting out?
I'm gonna just say, buddy, get your knee pads. Just meet me in the back. No, I was just playing. I'm gonna tell them to just, if you love this, make sure you love this, because that first 2-3 days of training, they're gonna try to break you. Well, if they're good trainers, they're gonna try to break you. To make sure you actually want to do this, so you don't quit 2 months from now. We'd rather have you quit 2 days than 2 months. So, like I say, if you love this, make sure you love it, and don't let anybody take it away from you, because people are telling me I'm too short, I'm too this, I need to be high, I need to be like Rey Mysterio and all this and other stuff. And now, with 52 indie titles later, I'm good. They let me wrestle how I want to wrestle.
Speaking of actually, what you just said, you said a good school will break you a little bit. Do you think that's still commonplace? Do you think schools are getting nicer? And if so, do you think that's a detriment?
Like I said, I think it's good and bad, because like they're getting nicer and things are getting better, but you're gonna pay more, and not unless I'm just gonna say it again because nobody else wants to talk about it, so I'm just gonna say it. If you go to Shawn Michaels' school, don't expect to see Shawn Michaels. So, like, you know what I mean? So, with some of these guys, you go to these schools with these big names, and you expect them to be there every day, and guess what? They ain't. So, you're paying for name, you're paying for this, and just make sure it's worth it. You know what I mean? I'd rather get trained by Joe Smo if he wrestles like Randy Orton than some big name, and then he's not there. You're getting trained by his cousin's dog, his cousin's brother's sister. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those situations. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a lot of schools where the guys are actually there sometimes. You know what I mean? and maybe not recently, but I remember back in the day, the Dudley School, like they were there. Like you seen them. If you were there 5 days a week, you seen them 3 or 4. You know what I mean? And that's pretty good because if I'm going to go to a school with a big name who's been to places and this and that, I'm probably going to want to know what he knows. You know what I mean? Not the guy you rode with. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just just make sure you got the passion for it, and make sure you don't let anybody burn your fire out, because in this business, people tell you what you can't do, and they'll put their fears on you. They can't be a professional wrestler, so their first thing to tell you is okay. Their first thing to tell you is that you can't do it just because they can't do something.
Very good, very good. One of the most important questions I ask on this show: have you seen any good movies lately?
Listen, I've seen a lot of good movies, but I've seen that new Netflix series Away. You know what I'm talking about, with the space lady for $1 Million Baby.
Do you like it?
No, I like my mom. I love that movie. I cried like a little. Listen. I didn't know I had it in me. And for all you gotta watch it, dude. It's gonna bring stuff out of you didn't know were there. Like, and for all my white friends watching this,
a TV show.
It's a TV show. But it's on Netflix. It's a series. Right. But like I say,
I have some bad news for you.
What?
There's no season 2.
I know, but with all the emotions that I gave up, it's probably good because I'd probably perish. Like I gave my soul to that thing. And listen, I got to get this off my chest too. To any of my friends, my Caucasian friends and family watching this, I'm mad at you. You let me miss Walking Dead. You didn't tell me how good that was. You know what? Fine. You see the dreads, you might think I might not like it. But Away, you guys have kept that from me, and
I've never seen it.
Well, no, but you're a different kind of, you're not the regular, Caucasian, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean the Draven Frost and his wife, the real deal, you guys didn't let me know. That is one of the best. I demand you to watch it. I'll cash app you $5 to watch it.
I do love money.
I know that. Like it changed me. It literally changed me, man.
And now I'm excited to on season 2. I would have liked to have seen your reviews after that.
Yeah, listen, that it just you watch it and you think it's gonna be like Gravity or something like that, and then they take you on another without ruining it. You learn stuff about the people, you learn what makes them tick, and even if you don't think you care about it, trust me, bro, you care.
Anything else? Like, I want to hear your reviews on other things now. Anything else?
Yeah. Well, like I say, I seen a couple, big, movies or whatever that everybody was, going crazy about. But a lot of times when everybody's going crazy about it, I don't really feel what they feel. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's that I've heard so much about it, it was overrated. You know what I mean?
Expectations that they throw you off. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I say,
okay, name something. What did you not enjoy then, or not love as much as others?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The thing Now That They See Us that everybody's going crazy about.
Oh, This Is Us?
Yeah, This Is Us. That's what I mean. This Is Us or something.
It's good. I like the non-linear storytelling. There's a couple of fun, like, oh my god, you mean the father's dead? If they got it in numerical order, I don't think it would be talked about as much. I think it was just one of those fun, like, revelation kind of stories. But I've trailed off. My brother still sticks with it, but I've trailed off now that we're on to like season 3 and 4.
Yeah, and you know what else got me like that? The one show. I'm trying to think. I can't think of the name of it, so I'll come back to it. But something I did like was Blackish. Did you see that? Or if it's not Blackish, it's a Netflix version of it. It was like it was like a series as well. It said it was ish. It was something ish. it was the writer from Blackish. He had his own show.
Yeah, it was
You know what I'm talking about, though, correct? Yo, go ahead, look it up. Come on, you're like that guy off the Joe Rogan thing that sits off in the cut. You can look up everything.
No, I'm looking it up. Give me a second.
I like that.
Oh, it was hashtag Black AF.
Yeah, that's it. That was great, actually. That was dope.
I've been meaning to finish it. I started it. It is pretty good. I like the main girl a lot. Rashida Jones, I like a lot.
Yeah, you got to check it out because he starts off like, oh, white man's doing this and taking that, and at the end he's like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll leave it at that. But like I say, I like stuff like that. And when you come in expecting one thing and it just takes you completely somewhere else, and it's a good trip, put it like that, not just the M. Night Shyamalan ending where it just makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like your day gets better after watching it.
Poor M. Night Shyamalan. Any plugs, any upcoming events, or any plugs anywhere we can buy Barrio King t-shirts?
Yeah, well, Barrio King was the spirit squad of the Indies and didn't last too long. But if somebody can find one, let me know. It's probably it's not gonna be worth it.
I was told that I was getting one and I never got one.
Well, that's because the group disintegrated like the trash that they were. Okay. But like I say, I've been doing music for a while. Not blasting everybody in the face with
the music.
Excuse me?
Where can we find this?
DatPiff, Audio Mac, a couple places. And like I say, I don't like to do my music and then send it in everybody's face or send it through messages or just shit.
What's the name?
Prestin Caine, the dude. Yeah, like I said, I don't like to share it and do all this. I like just okay. Now this is, if you would have told me this was, come on now, this is a hit. Turn the lights on. You can see it glow. I see it's fuck. Turn the lights on. You can see it. Oh yeah. It's everything,
So that is a first on the show. The guest has a song that we can play. And we better not get demonetized now because of that.
Well, no. I own a little bit. But like I said, I'm doing that. Me, Jeff, and actually you're involved. We got a little something coming up called CWF, or we're working and doing some things, and trying to bring some wrestling to Sarasota. You know what I mean? And a couple other places. I don't want to let too much out the bag, but Jeff has been talking to some there we go. Jeff has been talking to some satellite deals and companies. So we might be, if you can't make it to Sarasota, all you have to do maybe just turn on your TV, fingers crossed. But yeah, doing a couple things, and that might be the business I was talking about, starting and whatnot. And like I said, we looking to make a production company with that as well. Jeff's talking about a school. It's a lot of things, you know what I mean? And yeah, just trying to do a little bit of everything, just not, I don't like to just be complacent.
That's very good. I think that's what creates entertainment. That's what creates just great things. You don't want to be complacent. Always working, always hustling, my good man. Any parting words, Mr. Prestin Caine? It has been a pleasure.
Yes, it has. Oh, I just want to tell everybody to drink more water, love yourself, love your neighbor, and there we go. And no matter who wins the election, just remember, be true to yourself and be true to God. All right, if you love God, you love his creatures. So why go, you be mad at them or they for liking red or blue? It sounds like gang stuff to me. I like the red, I like the blue. I'm gonna shoot you. I mean, come on, people. And most of you guys are 50. So let's just calm down. All right. Everybody hug everybody. ELE. Everybody love everybody.
ELE, I love it. Maybe some of the finest words spoken here on the closer. ELE, I like it very much. Hey, who you voting for, The Rock or Kanye?
I myself am a 2-time felon. I could not go nowhere near a voting booth.
I feel you and Nick Gage, you guys cannot vote.
Another little fun fact, baby.
Maybe one day we'll get that turnaround. I think people like you and Nick Gage deserve.
I don't want to.
Oh, well, thanks. Okay, never mind. Maybe Nick Gage does. I don't know. I'm sure I'll have him on the show next week. For Prestin, Caine, and JPO, Jordan Pearson, this was Kayfabe Corner. And as always, keep it Kayfabe and ELE.